Far side.
Scott Morgan here, Michigan Sports Radio. Joining me is Coach Ed Kaman. Coach, welcome back to the show.
Hey, Scott. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Coach, let's talk a little bit about Friday night against Muskegon. Kind of a tough game, but kind of a proud game for what I could see for the Broncos.
For the end zone.
Yeah, just proud of our kids for competing. I thought we did a good job early in the game of kind of coming at them and taking our shot. We didn't back down, and I think anytime you're in that moment, you want to see how your kids are going to react. And based on how they had played the last few weeks and the kind of kids they are, I knew we'd kind of respond the right way. So it was fun to see them, answer the bell and react in that environment the right way. So pretty cool to watch them compete and go toe-to-toe. And obviously 14-7 at halftime probably turned some heads to people, around the area. But it's a full football game. We just aren't quite there yet. But really proud of the kids' effort and thought we played well.
Yeah, that was one of the things that was going through social media on my side when the score came out 7-0 at the end of the first, and then 14-7. A lot of people were very surprised, but I wasn't. Like I said, we've been watching these kids for the last couple weeks come on stronger and stronger. And offense did a great job.
Yeah, I thought the kids, like I said, the kids just competed from a standpoint of, their attitude and approach. It really didn't matter who we were playing. Those kids really had that, especially that senior group, had that sense of urgency that they knew that, they were playing for their rest of their career. This is their last chance that, if they lose, they're going to be done. So they were playing with that sense of urgency and leading with that sense of urgency, which is really helpful in practice and those things. And they played that way. And I think the other kids kind of followed their lead and really gave it a good shot and gave it their best crack.
Yeah, defense played well. There was just a few mental mistakes and a couple things that you couldn't stop because they had, good speed. And they threw a couple big pass plays to get up a little bit. But, to watch that defense was special.
Yeah, we took some chances in that first half, kind of ran some different looks and tried to catch them off guard a little bit. And just knowing a couple guys on staff over there, that really kind of threw those kids off. They were struggling with that early. The fact that we kind of gave them a different look. We wanted to, take some, I guess, momentum away from them a little bit to try to give them something different, a different look. And I thought the kids did a good job of executing that plan. We moved a couple kids around, tried to put them in better spots to make some plays against what they were trying to do. And then obviously in the second half they caught us on a couple big chunk plays, and it was tough sledding from there.
It was. The rain, remember, it poured at 5 o'clock there, but after that it really kind of let up, and it wasn't really a factor in my opinion. How about yours?
No, the weather was fine. Yeah, it kind of rained obviously when we first got off the bus, and then it kind of died off about kickoff, so it was a little slick out there, but nothing affected the game. So
now what? Okay, everything's, you're done, and after that Friday night game, now what's going on with you and where you at with this program?
Yeah, I think obviously there's a lot of end-of-season duties to take care of, so we did our equipment turn in on Monday and got all that stuff collected, and then right out we'll be here to pick up our helmets and shoulder pads and get those out for reconditioning, so that's happening next week, and just getting things around in terms of a lot of inventory of equipment and uniforms and all those things, and making sure we have what we need for next year, because we all know the supply chain issues that are out there. So we've got to get those orders in a timely fashion to make sure we have stuff ordered for next year. So it's an ongoing deal, never stops. So just kind of getting ready for next year and making sure we have everything covered.
Coach, you think you got to add a few more jerseys to your staff?
Yeah, we've got we're in a good spot. I think really we've tried to order uniforms where we can kind of keep almost every team in the same uniform. So right now we have the JV and the varsity wearing the same uniform, which is helpful if you're bumming kids up or down, or the five-quarter kids.
Exactly.
And I think we're almost to the point where maybe the freshmen could even start wearing those uniforms as well. So we'll see. I got to go through and look at the quality of some of those and see what we can do. But yeah, we may have to add a few more, but hopefully we get a few more kids out.
The senior group really is a special group, isn't it?
Yeah, just a group of kids that, are really, really special to me. A group of kids that we've known since they were in 7th grade. Been working with them for a long time, and their competitive nature is what drives our team and what drove our team this season. And I think they've left their mark, for sure on this program with their attitude and their effort and the way they play the game and their just constant competitive madness. It's just they're always giving each other a hard time, pushing each other in the weight room, trying to outdo one another. And I think that the kids see that, and it's infectious. They want to be better than the person next to them, it's fun to have that competition in the off season to keep guys working hard throughout the year and be ready for the season.
Yeah, in all honesty, this was probably the first group that I really got to know inside and out, outside of the football and inside, to kind of be there. And like I said, it was fun to watch, fun to talk to. They'll be missed, but we got juniors that are coming up that are already starting, aren't they?
Yeah, there's a different level of excitement, I think, with that group. Those kids are already eager to get back at it. I've got a lot of kids asking when the weight room's going to be open and all those things. And obviously I have been strength class during the school day too. And I just, at this point, it's like, not much has to be said. Kids are really stepping up, and I feel like those kids are really kind of in that mindset, like, hey, it's time to get better. We got to improve. And it's just a good measuring stick to see where you're at and where you need to go. And kids are ready to work for it.
Out of everything, and you're looking over the whole season, what impressed you the most for this year?
Yeah, like I said, I'll just go back to those seniors, and the way that the way that they've led our program, and the way that they've taught our kids and other kids in the program how to win. They've won in a variety of ways. Sometimes you got to come back and win. We did that at Hamilton. In a situation where we weren't playing the best, but rallied and found a way to win. Whereas I'm not sure that would have happened in some of the other years. The other years I've been here. So I think that really speaks to that group of kids. Then there's games where you come out and just dominate people. And that was obviously a lot of fun. And then they go out and they win a game, a home playoff game. In front of their fans and community and classmates and all that, and in a game where a lot of people probably didn't pick us to win.
No.
And I think that's really a huge statement win for our program against a quality football program, and a good football team, and just all the credit to the kids and the way they played and handled themselves.
Now, what are you looking forward to the most?
Yeah, back to work, just, I don't know, I guess I'm sick and twisted that way, but I just, I like getting back to getting kids ready to play, and developing kids, I think, is one of my strong suits, and I think that we spend a lot of time in the off season with kids, and I think that part's fun, because you get into, what motivates a kid, you get to know a kid a little bit more about what pushes their buttons and gets them to work hard, find out a lot about their, work ethic, attitude, effort, and all those things at a more individual level, because you spend more of that time in the off season that way. And then just, once we get through the winter and that, we'll be working on skills, trying to get better at football and make them better football players and come out and have a good product on the field next year.
A little easier after being here 6 years now to kind of, the kids kind of know what you need from them?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that are easier in the sense that I'm in the building and I'm really connected. I know a lot of our kids, even down the middle school and elementary level, with our relationship with the youth football program and middle school football. So that really goes a long way. I think that's really helpful. But the work is still the work. It takes what it takes. So it's just a matter of getting in there, and there's no replacement for hard work. And that's what it takes to be at the top and work toward that. So that's what we'll keep doing.
Excellent. Well, we will talk to you throughout the winter and the spring, just like we did last year, and looking forward to next June or July, and we get to do this all over again and see how well these kids are going to do. I mean, you're going to have some offensive line that's all intact except one position, and same way defensively. You got some big kids coming back.
Yeah, there's a lot of pieces there. A lot of work to do, and every year's different, and how the team comes together, and a lot of it has to do with that chemistry. That's what's so special about this group that's going to be graduating here, is that group is so tight-knit, So we'll be working hard to build that team chemistry and get that going and keep that at a high level. But, yeah, definitely exciting looking into next year and, working toward that. While we're at it, I just want to thank you, Steve and Sadie, and everybody just, for all the coverage with Bronco Radio and covering all of our games and getting to know some of these kids and putting them out there on the on the radio for everyone to kind of get a chance to know, and it just shows it goes well beyond football. This sport does a lot for kids, and I think it's really cool, all the highlights and cover that you give us as far as getting kids out there and letting them talk to people. So really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. It's been, like I said, a lot of fun, and we're getting a little more tech savvy, so we're able to kind of put a few more things there. Again, it's
technical difficulties. Never. You've almost conquered them. Not quite.
Not quite. But it is. Again, I'm kind of like you are. It is about the kids. When when it's all said and done, it's about them, getting them the exposure they deserve. They worked hard every year. So appreciate it. Best of luck and congratulations on another great season. And can't wait to look forward to next season, buddy.
We'll be ready to go. Appreciate it, Scott.